benefits of being on a powerful motorbike. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Greetings and welcome, people. This vlog is coming to you hot on the heels of the plans falling apart vlog. And it's a little revelation to you good people of something I nearly got into. Don't worry, it's nothing savoury or untoward. I was browsing on eBay last week, and I happened to see someone was selling a 1997 BMW K1200 RS motorbike, of course. Now, I happen to rather like those bikes. I first obviously became aware of them way back in the dim and distant past, and I've liked them ever since. To be fair, I haven't given them much thought over the last few years, and I don't even know now how I came across this bike. But basically the seller got it as part of a garage clearance. Basically they were asked to completely clear out the garage, take everything that's in it regardless, and this BMW K1200 RS was in there. Now the listing says it's a non-runner, and the person that they cleared the garage for said it was put in the garage a few years ago, which is always a bit of a careful guys, because something undetermined and unspecified was wrong with it. Now, over the intervening years, the previous owner had started taking bits and pieces off of it, presumably to fix up and settle another BMW K1200 RS, or maybe to sell, or something like that. But the bulk of the bike was there. The seat was missing, some of the indicators were missing, the battery was missing. I think the listing said the starter solenoid was missing. I think, yeah, I don't know if I specified, but the indicators were missing with the rear indicators and the front right indicator. So all things that are obtainable, replaceable, but the big question mark is over why was it put away in the shed and then cannibalised and used as a donor bike for parts of something else. I started thinking about it, and I'm thinking, well, surely if it was a fairly minor problem, then the bike looks in really good condition. It's got less than 40,000 miles on the clock. It would certainly be worth spending a few £100 on to fix whatever it was and get it back on the road. If it was a blown ECU or something like that, I don't even know. I haven't checked too closely whether that bike's fuel injected. So if it was something trivial, or relatively trivial, surely they would have fixed it up and carried on riding it. Which suggests to me that the problem is more serious, such that it was better to maybe go and buy something else that needed a few bits here and there, and use bits off of that bike to fix up the new one. So, I mean, it could be something like a drop valve, oil star bottom end, or it could even be the gearbox or the drive shaft or something like that. I just don't know. The person selling it didn't know, the person originally selling it didn't know, and the person now selling it doesn't know. I mean, they've been honest. They've said it's a non-runner. It's being sold as spares or repair. So that's fair enough. But I looked at this bike and I thought it's really clean, apart from obviously the bits that are missing. The rest of it that's there is, I suppose you'd say, it's typical BMW build quality. Excuse me. So you have to wonder what was wrong with it. And as I say, I was looking at this, they want £700 for it. It's in the West Midlands, so I'd have to pay for shipping. Obviously it's not rideable, and I don't have any means to go and collect it. I could hire a van, I suppose. It'd be about £50–60 a day, so I could do it that way. But there'll always be this nagging question over why has it been beached, basically. I would love to take it on if I thought it was something as simple as stripping the carbs down if it's carbed, cleaning out the fuel injection system if it's EFI. I don't know, I'm torn. The person selling it says if they don't sell it as is before the end of the month, then they're going to break it and sell it as parts. And on balance, to me, that sounds terrible. It's this umming and ahhing I'm doing while I'm talking about it, I think is indicative of my indecision over the whole question of it. Now, obviously, say it's £700. They've quoted £150 to deliver it from the West Midlands to the South Coast. So we're talking £750 to just get the bike to me. I've found a replacement seat for it on eBay for £50. I've located other parts that would be needed for it. Some on eBay, some on specialist BMW new and used part resellers. So I think the things I need to replace the missing bits are there, they're available, I could do it. But what is wrong with it? Why was it abandoned? Why was it stuck in the back of a garage? So if anybody who's watching this knows of any possible issues, I suppose I can do a Google search. But if anybody knows BMW K1200 RSs, if they know of any common faults or issues with them, I'd like to hear about it. And yeah, I'm still, my head is saying no, don't touch it, leave it alone. But my heart is giving me this image of me adding another big 1200cc four-cylinder bike to accompany my Triumph. And the strange, ironic, whoa, bits of wood in the road, jeez. The ironic thing is that obviously BMW is German. So like most things these days, a lot of the parts come from the Far East. And not many people, I think not a lot of people, especially people who aren't into motorbikes, are aware that BMW, what am I talking about? Fool. Triumph started in the UK manufacturing bicycles, I think just over 100 years ago now. Oh, hello. Shocks away, tell ya. Started in the UK over 100 years ago by an immigrant from Germany. So I think the BMW would be a suitable stablemate for my beautiful blue Triumph. But what do I do? What do I do about this non-runner status? Yes, I could pay the £750, find out what's wrong with it, and if it is something terminal, then I could do the breaking and selling of the parts, because most of the body panels look in good condition, the wheels look in good condition, the exhaust looks immaculate, and any of the other parts and bits of it that are still on there, I'm quite capable of taking it apart to sell it. Sell it in that way. I could probably quite easily make my money back. But do I want to get into that sort of thing, really? A little bit lackadaisical there. I should have had a lower gear. What to do? Again, I suppose some people might call that another sort of first world problem. Should I buy a used non-running motorbike? Basically as a project. I suppose if it came to the worst, I could swap out the engine, find a refurbished or an engine out of a lightly crashed one. Lightly crashed. Oh, what would you do, folks? What would you do? Bearing in mind that I'm limited as to what maintenance and work I can do on this bike because of my lack of facilities. I suppose the thing that the problem is the not knowing what I'd be getting into. But as I say, at the very worst, if it's not fixable, it's breakable. Boom boom. I can break it up and sell the parts. Oh dear, I'm starting to talk myself into this. 850 quid. I could probably get 80 to 100 pounds for each wheel. The exhaust would probably be about the same. Fairing panels, instrument, dashboard. Because all this stuff is quite expensive to source if you can get it new. It's very nice out and about today. Very nice. Doing okay for time. Let's keep going. Let's head up towards Midhurst. There we go. Definitely hasn't fixed the problem. Oh, take some of the road. Goodness me. She's not watching where she was going, was she? I was already doing 40, sorry guys. Yep. Thank you for hanging to the left to let me pass, but I'm not going to do it when this car's coming the other way. But you're very kind anyway, thank you. Let's see what's happening around this corner, shall we? So slow. Yeah, probably could have blasted it, but hope you don't want to be caught on the wrong side of the road by a bus. Right, I think I'm going to sign off there for this vlog. Thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.